Hello and welcome, and we are back. We are back on the pathway we are started on, which is Enterprise Pathway. Reminder, if you go to the ProtoPlay website, which is live for only two or so more days, if you go there, please vote for your favorite game, and that's the game that's gonna have a chance to win the public vote. So do support your favorite games and developers. You can also use the ProtoPlay hash key on any socials and such. And yeah, let's get to it though. I have a Coffee Bean Interactive team member with me. Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the viewers and your team perhaps?
Yeah, I am Federico. I am the team lead and programmer for Coffee Bean Interactive. We are a team of 5 with another programmer, a character artist, a sound designer, and a level designer. Yeah, we've made a Helix, an FPS MOBA.
FPS MOBA. Okay.
Yes, we call it like that because we think so. The main the core of the game is an FPS, but it has a lot of MOBA-like mechanics that we wanted to implement, and it has a lot of, so when you start the game and you kill other players and you gain their DNA, you actually can unlock abilities, and you have a wide variety of abilities to unlock throughout gameplay, which will be a team. The game mode we have is actually a merge between Team Deathmatch and King of the Hill, where once you have reached a specific amount of abilities bought, the center area of the map opens up, and whoever has reached that level as well can go and capture it. And so it's we think it's a unique sort of mode as well as gameplay, because not many other FPSs have sort of really pushed into the ability mechanic where during gameplay you can choose paths, and some paths are locked if you choose the other one. And so it's a very dynamic sort of mode that sort of has a lot of replayability as well.
Yeah. So where did the inspiration for that? Did the inspiration for that come from? Like, did you have a plan for the game, or did you develop what the game really is as you went along?
So at first, it was originally the sort of very basic game idea came from a friend of mine who suggested it. And I built very much on that idea in university, where me and the other programmer and the level designer worked on the game as a prototype in Unity. And then we decided that it was a really good idea, we wanted to develop it. And so we remade the whole project in Unreal, which was a big hurdle as well, as we had no experience prior in Unreal.
I see.
And so yeah, we started building slowly. We got a character artist and a sound designer in the game in our team, and they sort of helped us as well, giving us very good ideas how to implement. And so yeah, we slowly developed it.
Wonderful. When you started making the game, did you have an idea of what your target audience is gonna be, or? Yeah, go on.
So I think target audience would be anyone who really enjoys like Overwatch. It's not a serious sort of FPS. It doesn't take itself super seriously. So it would be a wide variety of audiences that enjoy that, that even maybe enjoy MOBA-like mechanics, but would like it to be a bit more accessible, a bit more like sort of fast-paced. So we are actually aiming for a fast-paced game. The games don't usually last more than 10, maximum 15 minutes.
Okay.
So,
well, was that a intended design choice, or did you really want to keep it that short, or was the reason behind it? Okay.
So we wanted to keep it fast-paced, because we felt that was one of the choices that really sort of pushed the yes, there is mobile-like mechanics, but it's fast-paced, so you can go into matches. It sort of rewards that addictive gameplay of going to a match, trying a build, maybe it doesn't work out, try it again, change character, and go on and keep doing that.
I see. Fair enough. What's your favorite part of the game? By the way, viewers, we're gonna have the gameplay just in a second. it's in the baking, let's say. But if you can just touch on your favorite part of the game, or actually favorite part of the development throughout the enterprise experience, what part made you think like, oh, this is cool? I'm actually enjoying my time being a game developer.
So I think so. Regarding the development, I think what I would actually first say was I think the most difficult part was the whole networking, because not only we went from Unity to Unreal, but we also had to put networking, and it would have been so much easier to do everything in single player. We had a lot of abilities that didn't work in multiplayer and stuff. But I think the funnest, the part that I had the fun most on is developing the abilities. Each ability, so each character has a total of 7 abilities that they can use throughout the game, and there are a total of 5 activatable abilities. So there's 2 passives. For example, our red character Akka, she has her health upgrade, which is passive, so it increases her health. Another really fun part is the implementation of voice lines. So in the game, we actually have 4 narrators, and we made a Twitter post, which was a really good idea to just add a lot of sort of any voice actor we'd be interested. And so we got a lot of emails regarding that, and we picked the ones that we liked the most and implemented in the game. So we have 4 narrators that, you know, tell you like 3, 2, 1, go, or first blood and stuff like that, and they each have their own personality.
Oh, that's wonderful. Really cool. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, and each character also has their own voice lines. So we have the blue character that you can see now in gameplay is a side character, which is like a sniper. It's like a kind of American sniper-esque kind of character. And we have Akka, which is the red one. She is more into like creating this sort of science fiction-y sound clouds that damage you sometimes. And then we have our green character Radon, which is sort of a Brazilian South American origins, this sort of like sneaky, really good at his sort of job into hiding in the shadows and creating these smoke, very deadly smoke effects. And we all have, you know, we reviewed a lot of voice actors, and we found people that fits, and it was really fun to hear, you know, the voices in game, and the voice actors were great, and all the community is always great. So
awesome.
Really
yeah, great to hear. Speaking of community, did community by any means influence the development or the direction of your project?
I'd say that I think one of the regrets was not really allocating, but not having enough time to really play test. We actually do have a playtest today and tomorrow with some people in our Discord if anybody's interested.
Speaking of Discord, I'll actually swap over. Guys, remember, if you want to join the Coffee Bin Discord, it's gonna be scrolling through, so catch it while it's there. Yeah.
I can post it online. And so I think we don't have a lot of time, but we did have some play tests, and we did have a lot of very good feedback, you know, bugs as well, but also sort of like mechanics, like feedback while we did the couple of tests before sort of producing this gameplay.
Yeah.
And so, yes, we had some very good ideas and some mechanics that we wanted to change, for example, like ability recharge, or how an ability works, or if some ability should stun, etc., etc. So very useful, yeah.
I see. How did you actually manage to find feedback which you felt was actually feedback and not someone wishing for how they want it, sort of thing?
So I think how we did that was, so we're a team of 5, and we saw the feedback, and we just discussed it, and we thought, okay, how would that play in the game? Does that make sense? And there has been some feedback where we're like, maybe that doesn't really make sense in how we want to portray the game.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was actually really good, positive and constructive feedback, and
awesome.
Just discussion. Really.
Amazing. So what's the plan now? Are you gonna be going forward, full on iterating on all the feedback you managed to get, and using the experience and the opportunity to go forward as a studio? What can we expect from you?
So what we want to do is, yes, do a bit more testing, get some, like, to a point where we are satisfied with the current game, and have everything, you know, polished a bit. And once we have that, we want to try and apply to see if we can get some companies or some publishers to notice us, maybe send some gameplay, a prototype, and really see if they can publish us, or if not, we can go in the Kickstarter route. We will try our best to really push the game and try and see if we can go forwards with it, because we really like the idea and really think there is, even despite it being an indie multiplayer, which is really hard to do, we really think there is a gap in the market for specifically this type of ability mechanics, MOBA-esque sort of implementation in FPS, and so yeah, we will try our best. Also, I also wanted to mention as well our name, Coffee Bean Interactive. I'm not sure if you've seen it. One of my cats is called Coffee Bean, and that's where the name also came from. It was supposed to be a placeholder, but my team liked it, so we just kept it.
The placeholder remained. You beat me to the question. You beat me to the question. No, absolutely. No, it's great to hear stuff like that. It's what makes the soul of the team sometimes, how these things come together. I'm not sure we touched on art style of your game. Personally, subjectively, I love it, and I'm wondering if it was a scope choice or a design choice.
So, basically, I'm not sure if you saw the loading screen. We are very proud of that. A friend of mine actually created that. We commissioned it from her, and it was beautiful. Everybody liked it, and it was sort of very well made. But if you can see the abilities, for example, that style, there was we commissioned that from a different artist that we just found on Fiverr, and honestly, we were positively surprised by that style, and it really stuck, it really stick to the game, and the ability tree as well has been made in that style, and we just felt that it fit and it was beautiful, and we used it. So something that was a bit harder was animation-wise. We struggled a lot with animations because we didn't have an animator on our team, and we had to go through Fiverr, and it wasn't a really it wasn't an easy experience getting all the animations that we wanted. Back and also always back and forth. We had to have I think we have a total of 3 animators total that worked on this game to just get the right things that we wanted. Like the first person animations were great. We managed to get those really easily, but the third person stuff was very difficult. So
I see. Do you have any favorite characters?
So I think everybody on the team has a favorite. My favorite is Akka, the red sound character, especially mostly because I worked a lot on her, and I really love her beautiful sort of sounds effect that she creates, the smoke. She can also has an echolocation that you can see people through walls for a short amount of time, and you can see their colors, very bright colors, pop up behind walls. There's for example, the other programmer, he really likes the smell character, which can pounce and can throw smoke grenades and damage players. So everybody, it's very contested as well in our team. Yeah,
that's really cool. I actually think that the fact that there is many different favorite characters is a good sign of a well-balanced game.
Yeah.
It's hard to like a character that cannot compete with the rest. So I think the fact that all of you guys are liking different ones is a great sign. It's a great sign.
Yeah.
I'm noticing each time the player defeats another, they can pick up what seems like DNA, and I'm really curious about this system. I would like you to go into it in a bit more detail.
Yeah, so basically, when the whole gameplay is sort of surrounded, is focused on this mechanic where you kill someone, and you have to, like in Call of Duty Kill Confirmed, you have to go there and basically grab their DNA and sort of steal it almost. And you have, as you can see, the DNA points. So there's like the sort of ability tree that almost as a barrel of water fills up, and once the water reaches a certain ability, you can purchase it and then it goes down. And that's the whole mechanic of it. We actually sort of wanted to implement as well different weapons. Right now we only have guns, and that would have been, instead of ability points, it would have been kills. So for every kill you get a point, and you can unlock different guns, as well as some guns, like for example the smell character, something that was sort of out of scope. We wanted to have it so instead of just shooting, it would create a gas that you could then light up, and it would either explode or catch fire.
Oh, okay.
So it's like similar to How to Train Your Dragon. One of the dragons creates smoke and then lights it up and ignites. Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely the core of our gameplay, this ability stealing thing.
It's really awesome to see how inspiration from a dragon-based movie can go into a mobile FPS, you know, and
Yeah.
all of these great mechanics come up. Uh, when can we hear more about the project? What's the current situation?
So the current
What's the plan?
situation, we have we have a Twitter, and we try to post regularly there. And as I said, we have a play test today and tomorrow if anybody wants to join and play a bit of the game. We have it uploaded on itch.io. It is currently sort of multiplayer only, so you would have friends to join, but it fully works. You can play it with your friends in a 1v1 technically, but the maps are a bit big, so more players the better.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will try our best. It's gonna be difficult as well, but hopefully we will win the grant, because we really want to pursue this. Thank you. We really want to pursue this and really sort of focus on this. I will try my best to sort of build upon it and see if it goes anywhere. Try my best to get either Kickstarter or publishing.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out at the end, it's an amazing portfolio piece at the very least.
Absolutely.
So we're all very part of the game. We love it very much. So.
No, congratulations. I think you definitely done it justice. I encourage everyone to join the Discord. I'll make sure to post all of the links in the chat when we are in our intermission, so you guys will be able to just to click them and join the Discord if you want. If you are down for some QA testing, some
Absolutely.
PvP.
If anybody wants to join, they're welcome.
Yeah. So is the team on board to still pursue this project? Yeah.
So I think the team would all be very much on board, but obviously real life issues might go in the way, like we need jobs as well. So if we don't manage to get the grant, unfortunately, I will personally I'll be able, I think, at least be able to do it, to try and try my best to get it published. But yeah, I think everyone on the team would love to pursue it, even in the free time if some of us gets a job. But yeah, we're all very passionate about it.
Awesome. As you should be. Great job on the project. Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Great stuff. So I suppose Twitter is the way to get in touch if you want to find out more. Yeah. Just few last questions then. In terms of scope, when you do start developing the game further, what can we expect? What sort of content? Maybe if you can give a bit of a hint, something to excite us.
Absolutely. So if we do either get funding or if we get published, there is a massive sort of expansion that we can do in the project. Just the base ideas would be, so right now we have sound, sight, and smell. And we actually changed our name from Project XSH, which is See No Evil, Speak No Evil, and Hear No Evil, to Helix. Simply because this would allow us sort of to give us a bit more freedom on the characters we wanted to implement and not just senses. So now ideas would be based on the elements. That could be another. So we wanted to release characters in packs of 3. We would love to have the kind of sort of skins purchasable, season stuff like that. Very big stuff, obviously, at scope. If we were to talk just small, definitely characters, maps, maybe smaller maps where you can sort of fight with less people. Maybe 1 or 2 different game modes, probably reskinning. Things like that. But yeah, there's if this were to be funded, there's so many things that we could add to it. So,
what would you be most excited to get onto working?
Personally, definitely either the new characters, new abilities, because I think we've definitely gotten a very good grip on how to make these abilities. And even though it was really hard replication and multiplayer sort of implementation in the game, but definitely that. I think our character designer would be very thrilled to work on new skins, and obviously work more with the voice actors we have. They're really nice people. They got when we asked, they got our work very fast, and honestly great people to work with. So yeah.
Awesome. And if you could go back, would you change anything from your time at
I'd say that if I could go back and knowing everything I know now, I would probably add an animator definitely to the team. I think it was very unfortunate for us to. I think during development we lost one developer, one programmer, and due to personal reasons. But yeah, if we would have an animator, we would be much better. And I think as well, one of the main things is that we're now using GitHub as a source control, which is for Unreal at least a bit of a nightmare. Whereas we would have probably wanted to use Perforce, and the only reason I didn't use it is because we had 16 members, and there's a maximum of 5 for a free Perforce thing. If not, it would cost like $1.5 grand to just have it. So probably use Perforce, and yeah, these two things I'd say.
Cool. Very specific tips. I like that, because these are the kind of things that actually I feel like will apply to many developers, right? Rather than giving more broad advice. I think it's those really quirky experiences that you might have had that I'm sure many other developers have out there. Even personally, I've done GitHub and Unreal, so I know I know what goes on there. Okay, any few last shout outs? I think we'll be finishing up here.
I would definitely love to shout out all the voice actors that helped us during developing. They are on our Discord, so if anybody wants to join, they are on there. You can mention them, but definitely shout out to all the team members that stuck through the project. Everybody has done an amazing job. Very proud of the whole project, everyone. So yeah, thank you.
There we go. Thank you so much. Okay, that was Coffee Bean Interactive. I'll be posting the links in the chat in a second, and we're gonna have a really short 1-minute intermission, and then I'll be chatting to a team member from Solar Flare London. So, speak to you soon.